I just ran in to use the restroom real quick. I noticed the windows were dirty, so I jumped out to clean the windows. And a car drove by. And the car reminded me of some husband candidate. And then I remembered how I was going to the bathroom and I heard somebody say, "I'm getting too afraid." So I did hear somebody say, "I'm getting too afraid. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do things like this anymore. I'm getting too afraid." And I didn't know who was talking, but I knew they were talking about my existence. But like anybody could be saying that for any reason at this point. I'm kind of on a rampage all the time. So I thought, well, you shouldn't have done whatever you did, because like I didn't know who the fuck they were. But in my powers, I was telling them you shouldn't do whatever the fuck it is they know was wrong that they did. Which is how you should answer as a God. Until you know exactly what the hell they're talking about, as a God, you should still always say wrong is wrong, and when you know you're doing wrong, you already know. But I didn't know who the hell it was. So I was like, well, this is kind of weird. I don't know who the hell that is, but whatever. I have a whole day planned of what I want to do. I have a lot of weird emergencies in the middle of the night lately, so I don't want to really have to give a shit about anything too much except my trackers, my heroes, things that matter, and then the rest devoted to these emergency nightmare nights we're going through right now for a little bit, hopefully just for a little bit. And so I start washing the window thing, and I noticed the car drove by. And it was connected to a husband candidate. So I was like, what would a goddamn husband candidate be doing that would qualify to be in the fear of God or wrath of God or punishment of God? How could you be a husband candidate and you're doing wrong? That sounds like somebody deciding to die with the 666 or something. Because why would you be doing wrong when you already know how real God is? You're a goddamn husband candidate that worked from childhood to be one. Well, so I start analyzing the husband connected to that car. The husband connected to that car. Hold on. I have to have perfumey smell from my arm areas all the time. Throughout the day, I will always put perfume all over me. But I always have to scratch my teeth. I don't like that weird when stuff gets clumpy on your teeth stuff. I guess from eating or something, or in between brushing your teeth. I don't like that. So I'll scratch my teeth. I'll do anything to my nose. I don't ever want to be talking to somebody and have a moco fall out. And then I have to put perfume in like the smelly spots of life. Because I don't know, it makes you feel like a girl, I guess, to spray perfume constantly where normally it's not the ideal spot of smelling fresh and clean. But anyway, so I analyzed this husband candidate's brain. He's been influenced by the United States and Dubai to be stocky, sicko, disturbing, peeping Thomas. He doesn't want to stop because he's actually married to me and likes my existence, but he's afraid he doesn't want to get punished for it. Well, that would be a very good, smart thing there, husband candidate. You wouldn't go on a date with your wife by checking out all the weird peeping Tom stalking weirdo shit you could do and then ask her for a date, would you? This is why you don't listen to the United States and Dubai. They'll shove you right into rape and murder, happy, disgusting shit. That's pure crime, makes God purely hate you. But like common sense, husband candidate. If you're a husband candidate, you'd want to be the husband. The husband wins the gold. The husband becomes God's daddy, God's everything. You'd want to be the biggest winner this earth has. The husbands in the husbandry. The greatest giant humans ever to exist that could be connected to a monumental dead God like me. And would you want to even ask a girl on a date if you were playing Peeping Tom and you knew one day they'd never want to marry you if they knew you had done it? Come on now. You guys are not stupid. You don't need to succumb to what the United States and Dubai try to convince you to do, because you always know it's wrong. Anybody could spy on anybody and do it mean or bad or wrong. But I'm going to have to tell you something, husband candidate. I'm better than you, because I have been sitting with countries watching you and watching over you and helping you to be able to help me. And I see your balls all the time when you get dressed. And I do not turn gross or creepy, because wrong is just wrong and right is just right. And when you want to not understand right and wrong, you already know you're going down a